Coach, you've talked a lot about, the game evolving and you evolving as a coach. Can you at least tell me why power is still the best play in football?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those base 3-4 defenses that play with the 2-4 eyes are doing everything they can to try to make power a tough way to go. But the power is the one play that no matter what, it works. It's like you just talked about culture. It is a cultural play. You can run it as a one-back power play, a two-back power play. It's really simple for the zone game and the option game. Those take a lot of reps to get really, really efficient at it. Okay. And when you're talking about, you can tell a ball carrier, hey, we're going to wham this, we're going to wham or kick out, whatever you call the C gap or D gap defender, however you're going to block it. And then you have the puller, the ball carrier, you chase the outside leg of the puller and you make that guy right. There is quantifiable data for every ball carrier, and it's a really simple thing. Mm-hmm. And it's an answer all to any kind of front. It's an answer all to any game, anything that you can carry out of multiple personnel groupings, multiple formations that cover against any front, that cover every game scenario, whether you're up, down, -20, 3rd and 1, 1st and 10, goal line going in, sprinkle some zone or some motion onto it to hide it, maybe throw in a power read or whatever, which has been huge, packaging 2 plays with it or power and an RPO, and it's never going to go away. There's a reason it's been around since the dawn of time in football and why it just continues to go. And the other piece is you don't have to have a specific back to be good at it. That to me is, every quarterback can hand it off and every back can run it. And there's some, you can have big backs, you can have little scat backs, and it is just the sexiest, best thing football can bring to the table, man. It is incredible. And it's awesome because you can get in the 2-man surface, 3-man surface, 4 or 5-man unbalanced, bring a tackle over. There's so many different ways to get to it and do it right. And then you can get into the tag game where you're going to, base the end with the tight end and put the fullback on the Sam or flip them. Like I said, add the power read play in, which has been a huge advent over the last, 4 or 5 seasons. That play has just come up. Everybody can do it and run it. And, but it's an attitude play that is just, it's never a bad call. One thing that we do that's really weird. In 2015, my second year here, we went 10-1, and we were the only team in all of college football at all levels. We are the only team that did not attempt a field goal the entire season. And wow. When we crossed about the other 45-yard line, and it got to 3rd and 7, and other dudes are rolling in dime and nickel, and I'm getting in 22 personnel, and I'm running power because I'm going to get me down to 4th and 1, and then I'm going to do it again really fast tempo while you still got all those little guys on the field. And I got that idea from Mike Urimovich, who is I really have kind of modeled my coaching track after him. Mike Urimovich took over St. Francis of Illinois as the head coach when he was really young. I think he was like 25 or 6 when he got hired, and they were really bad. And then he took him and made him an absolute powerhouse, and he just runs power and inside zone. And he really talked me into doing that. Is that kicking field goals is hard. It's hard in the NFL, let alone once you get down and down and down. And so now he's at Northern Illinois, and he's killing it and having a ton of success. And he'll be a major head coach here pretty soon. And I'm the same way. We run inside zone and we run power, and I really only carry inside zone if you're going to get in a bear front. But, power was the greatest thing in the world, and then people started getting some bear fronts back in the late 80s and early 90s, which really forced the invention of true spread and multiple spread systems. And now, we're the weird thing. 8 out of the 10 teams in our league are going to be 10 personnel, 1 back, gun. And when we line up and we're in 2 back, because we look very similar to like Auburn and Oklahoma right now, kind of a hybrid of the two, we're going to line up and run power. You probably haven't seen that a whole bunch. And the other piece that I love, nobody recruits fullbacks anymore.
Nope.
So I have access. I had a kid who started here for 3 years and was all conference. he had no business being at our level. I mean, he was a low-level Division one AA, incredible fullback, and he just crushed people's skulls every day here for 3 straight years and was awesome. So it gets me access to better personnel than I probably should, and it's a totally different thing to have to defend. I mean, yeah, we run power to the point where, since I've been doing it, you can watch people do it. Wisconsin breaks people's will during the course of games.
Yep.
I mean, great, big, strong men just get their brains bashed in, running power into their teeth. And you don't want a part of that. I mean, I don't. I'm 35. I get out of bed and can sprain my ankle or pull my hamstring. I wake up sore and you're like, God, I'm not old. Can you imagine being a kid and just power has been run at you by big kids? That'd be brutal. It scares me thinking about it.
I'm wondering though, what are your favorite RPOs that you run off of some of those things? You don't have to give away all your secrets, but I didn't notice any, anything in the writing there on your kind of, rule of 4 RPOs. Do you have 4 RPOs that you carry, or is that kind of a little bit less, a little bit more? What are you kind of doing in the RPO game?
We try to have – now most of our fastballs or our one-word calls are RPOs. So basically we're going to take whatever runs that we're good at, which we want to be good at the inside zone. We want to be good at – now our outside zone at Madison was more of a pin and pull than it was a straight stretch.
Nice.
We
Good.
would pin and pull it because we wasn't very good at trying to reach and get out there. So, we decided we were better at pin and pull, but obviously we're going to throw the bubble. Everybody does. We're going to throw the now screen. And we're also going to throw a little snag RPO. We like the pop RPO in our Gator set, which is H-back set. We like to throw the pop to the H. And obviously we've got one we call, I'll change the name, but we call it Miami, where we've got double slants to the right, and we've got bubble called to the left. So basically what the quarterback's reading on the bubble pre-snap is leverage. If he likes it, we'll throw the bubble right now, and obviously we've got that tagged with inside zone. So you've got inside zone, then you got bubble to the left, and you've got double slants to the right. So basically what he's reading first off is the bubble pre-snap. If we've got leverage, we'll throw it. Then he's going to look at the box. And my quarterback and tailback, they talk to each other. I think 2 people can count better than 1. So they count the box, and they determine, well, do we have numbers in the box? If we do, we're automatically going to give it. That's just the way we are. We want to try to keep that overhang in conflict so he can't fold in the box. So we try to put routes where, it's going to pull him out. Or, if he doesn't, obviously we're going to throw it. But and then, the post-snap is the double slants. So basically he's reading that overhang, or he's reading the first linebacker inside the box. If he dives in, then we're going to throw it right behind his ear hole. So that's basically, how we operate. And that's, again, we don't have a lot of complicated RPOs. And basically, if I'm calling an RPO, I want my guy to read, obviously we're going to read the flat defender, or we're going to read the first linebacker inside the box. That's it. My reads don't change. I can tell him, I can change the read. I can tell him linebacker or flat defender by signal if I want to do that. But I don't get into the third level. I just don't think you have time, and it turns into a play action pass anyway. I mean, they can call it RPO if they want to, but a lot of times it's play action pass. But if that answers your question, I mean, that's pretty much what we do. We can obviously tag a slant at any time. If we go trio and we have hitch rules on the backside, if there's no backside flat player, we're going to throw the hitch right now.
Yep.
We're going to, if we're corners back and we got inside leverage, we're going to throw the slant. We can tag that, or the quarterback can tag it himself. The kid I had at North Buncombe was very good at it.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, to me, that's where, I think you can, you talk about the one school you're at running 160 plays. I think you can kind of run down the wormhole here on RPOs. I mean, it could be a you know, a dissertation of if-then statements. Well, if they do this, then we can do that. If they do that, we can get that. And you, now all of a sudden you got 26 RPOs and you can't run any of them very good. So that's why I was kind of curious as to what you do. I mean, you kind of answered the question, you know, obviously you're throwing your key screens, you're throwing your GIFs to the off coverage, but you know, I just kind of wanted to get insight from a guy who's done it for a long time, you know, how many concepts you're carrying. It sounds like you're carrying one or two, and you're
Right.
just dressing it up and you're teaching your QB how to do it, much like you're teaching your run game. Hey, we're not going to do a whole heck of a lot because, you know, I don't want my quarterback confused and holding the ball and now making bad reads and bad decisions.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I tell everybody is too. I mean, when you're asking that 16, 17, 18-year-old kid to read things, it's not going to be good sometimes. And you're going to have to live. You got to live with it. And, you know, we're willing to live with it. You know, it's not always pretty. And I was talking to a coach the other day. He said, you know, I see a lot of these clips where everybody's showing the good. I said, Coach, I've got 250 clips I can show you the bad. If you want me to send them to you, I mean, it's not always good. You have to be willing to, you know, you have to be willing to live with the decision the kid makes. Now, it's our job to coach the kid up, you know, and teach him, you know, this is what we want. You know, if they move like this is what we want. You know, I mean, that's our job. But again, on the other side of the ball, you're dealing with, again, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids that's not going to do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so defensive coordinators deal with it just like we deal with it on our side of the ball. I mean, you know, we just hope that we're right when they're wrong.